Let It Be. This is a Beatles concert movie that has a little bit of an interesting backstory. For a while, this film was unavailable. The Beatles, there's a few Beatles that actually hated this movie. I'm not going to go into a whole story of why and stuff. You can look up all that on your own time. But yeah, because this movie has an interesting reputation, and also if you watch this film now, remastered in 4K quality on Disney Plus, has been cleaned up for the first time ever. Disney Plus now is the best way to watch, at least in the United States, anyways. I don't know about outside the United States, but this documentary I want to review because it recently got remastered on Disney Plus, and I had never seen it before. What I did not know is that Peter Jackson actually talks with the director of this movie at the beginning of this, and they do a little uh, talk about where this film came from and how this documentary inspired Get Out. Not Get Out. This didn't inspire Jordan Peele. Get Back, Peter Jackson's documentary about the Beatles, which is kind of interesting reading that some members of the Beatles apparently don't like this movie because there's actually interviews with Paul McCartney talking about how he does really appreciate Get Back and thought it did a lot to help, uh, some of the negativity he was getting about the end of the Beatles, and that's kind of interesting. So I like seeing this documentary because of that added context now. That's really interesting to see, and of course, it's always great to see the Beatles doing their thing, playing incredible music. I mean, these are such talented musicians, and it's such an interesting piece of Beatles lore and history. And I think if you really are into that sort of thing, this is 100% worth watching because of that. And just, understanding that point in their history, seeing some of the music just actually done live, I mean, especially since, not all of us watching it now, we're not old enough to have seen them live, and we'll probably never get that opportunity, right? I definitely want to see Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr before they unfortunately pass. We all know that's coming, not to be morbid, but yeah, this was an incredible documentary piece, and I think it was just really nice to see it upgraded, cleaned up, and now with some really nice added context to really add to this film. And I think it was a wonderful treat as a Beatles fan.